Hey everybody, it's time for another Dirt Daily. And I'm working on my little red Flatfender. You guys remember this thing? This is the GPW. We built it last year and took it to Moab. But one of the things I didn't get done last year was rock sliders. And I started putting these rock sliders on and it was going so well and I was so happy about it that I totally forgot that I should probably shoot a video on it. So here's the video on it. This one's already halfway done. Here, I'll take you to the other side. Show you this one. It actually turned out pretty good, I think. So these are from my buddy's company called Big Willie. He built this like enormous flat fender that's like 7 times at the normal size, and he took it to Burning Man. But he also builds normal flat fender stuff, and he builds these rock sliders, and they're pretty simple. There's a couple different pieces. What's kind of neat is they bolt to the body and not to the frame, so you get more ground clearance. And you bolt them on, but then you also have to weld them because they kind of come in pieces. So you need a little bit of skill to do this. I'm not a master fabricator. I build stuff for a TV show. And I was able to make this side look good. And this is the passenger side, which is really the most important side because that's the side you're going to run into stuff because you're not really paying attention because you're usually hanging your head out the driver's side. But I'm going to go over this side kind of quick and give you a little rundown. There's this back piece that bolts to the tub. You have to drill some holes into your tub. My Jeep looked pretty good, but it's actually an aftermarket tub, so I'm not really too concerned about cutting holes in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes, and they're marked in the metal. This side has a cutout because my Jeep has these notches. These are where you put, like this would be where you put an axe. I actually grabbed an axe. This is not the right axe. This is just an axe off of out of a hardware store. But that would go up in there and fit in that notch. So there's probably a special military surplus axe that I need to find. And then up here goes a shovel. The shovel goes here, the spade part of it slides in there, and then the handle goes right here, and it probably has a strap. This axe part, there's a little bracket that comes here. Basically, this was kind of custom made for mine because it's a military version and not the civilian version. But basically, you bolt this piece on, then there's a piece that goes onto the step. You can kind of see that piece. And then there's a lower, this is actually what kind of is the protection. This kind of rounded piece sticks out, and they all have like a little notch to bend them to follow the body, and then you'll tack all this in place and then weld it in. And you can also go underneath where the 2 pieces meet and weld as well. This is also kind of a tricky feature on the slider. You can see this piece of steel that's sticking out here. What I did was I tacked it a few times in this corner, and then I will heat it with a torch and slowly fold it around because it has to kind of follow that step, and then you'll weld it along the top. And there's one more piece here, this piece, and this will go on the bottom of that step to add some more support. And then it also bolts to the fender up here. So there's a couple different bolts. They're actually cut for carriage bolts, which looks really clean. I just like grade 8 on everything. So I used grade 8 little 5/16 bolts and washers. Again, this is a trail Jeep. This isn't a comp rig. It's a type of rock slider that'll protect the tub, but it does bolt to the tub. And it will give it some style and also some protection. So I'm gonna come back here one more time and show you this other side and kind of how it turned out. So there you can see the step and also the bottom piece that I was talking about. The step has a little kick up in the front here to follow the fender and bolts to the fender there. And then you weld down there, you weld here, you weld each of those pieces. The tube, even though it's open to the elements, there are holes down in there. I don't know if you can see down in there. There's a hole so that like if you get mud or rain or anything like that in the side of the slider, you can hose it out. You could probably take these back off and paint them or get them powder coated. I'm just gonna paint them on the thing because it's a Jeep and I'm down with it being, plus I gotta get it done. I don't really feel like unbolting everything and bolting it back on. So I'm gonna weld it in place, bolt it in place. I'm gonna bolt it in place, weld it in place, and then paint it in place. And then hopefully have some rock sliders because I gotta get ready to get to Moab. We'll be out at Easter Jeep Safari. Come on out and hopefully I'll have this Jeep there. I got a few more things to do to it. Otherwise I'll be in one of the other Jeeps. All right, thanks everybody, see you next time.